Here are several unexpected benefits of going on the carnivore diet, things that I've noticed, and from looking around, other people have noticed this too. These benefits go beyond fat loss or addressing some metabolic condition that you may have. I have no experience with Hashimoto's or many other things that drive people to the carnivore diet. I started carnivore for weight loss and just to optimize my health in general. And here are some benefits that I've noticed. Maybe you've noticed them too. So let me know in the comments, please. The first benefit was improved joint pain. I have a history of gym injuries. I've been pretty serious into weight training for more than a decade, probably 15 years at this point. And I have a history of gym injuries. You lift weights in a serious way for very long, and eventually you're going to pull muscles. You're going to have problems. It's a thing. Exercise comes with consequences. And I've noticed that the chronic ones that I have, including my right knee, which doesn't even have to do with the gym so much, that injury has more to do with all the excess weight that I've struggled with my whole life and particular injuries from years ago that would just keep coming back, as well as an injury in my right wrist that actually is a gym related injury, where I would sometimes get pain periodically right here where the thumb meets the wrist. Consistently since going carnivore, the knee pain is down. It rarely ever comes up anymore. And I haven't had a wrist flare up at all since switching to the carnivore diet. That is a happy side effect of going carnivore. The second benefit is improved mental focus. I don't get distracted as much as I used to before I went on the carnivore diet. And here we will lump mental clarity in with this benefit. Not only do I not get distracted as much as I used to, I can also get to work when I get up in the morning much faster than I used to be able to. My mind switches from sleep to waking up and work mode much faster than before. Very rarely anymore do I have mental fog after I get out of bed, and that usually only happens when I get an insufficient amount of sleep, mostly due to external factors. Third benefit, improved oral health. Now this one's weird. I was not expecting this at all. I still brush my teeth as often as I did before I was on the carnivore diet, but now when I wake up in the morning, my mouth feels almost clean still, and it's an unexpected benefit. I've heard of people who don't brush their teeth nearly as often as they used to, though I don't personally recommend cutting down on how often you brush your teeth. If it's to the point where I could, if I got up in the morning and my wife was going to make, our kid something for breakfast, and she suddenly realized she didn't have a key ingredient, I could just get up, get dressed and go buy the thing without feeling, self-aware that, my teeth are still gross, because they don't usually feel gross anymore, because meat and fat are not something that gives plaque and the bacteria that cause plaque on the teeth much to work with. So I still brush my teeth as often as I did before, but my mouth is cleaner almost all the time now. Number 4, and I love this one, allergies are 95% gone, including my cat allergies. I've historically been allergic to cats. We have a cat. We've had 3 actually, but and my body would adjust to my own cats, but anybody else's animals I would be allergic to. Those allergies are pretty much gone now. My grass allergies are gone. Like when I do yard work, I don't need to worry about anything anymore. I still have like Claritin, the huge amount. Like I buy the huge boxes of Claritin pretty often and I have to take them pretty much every day, almost all year round. I haven't taken one of those in months, and it's so nice. And I almost expect that some of that mental clarity I just spoke about is the fact that I'm not taking those kind of, call them supplemental medications anymore. I'm free. Allergies have been something that have plagued me my whole life, and I am free of them now, and it's a wonderful thing. Number 5, recovery from the gym. Like I said, I enjoy weight training sessions. That I love heavy weightlifting, and I enjoy sessions that are long in duration and hard in their intensity. It's just something I enjoy. I know that there are optimal amounts of time you should go to the gym and work out for how long you should work. I enjoy long training sessions. I just do, and I always have. I'm not going to scale back my workouts unless I absolutely have to. But now I recover much more quickly than I used to, both in the immediate aftermath of the workout where, you're tired and you're walking out of the gym without any energy, and also, how you feel the next morning. I'm rarely super sore anymore in the morning unless, I'm doing some kind of new exercise that's hitting muscle groups in a different way than I had been before. I'm recovering much faster now than I did. In the past, it could happen where I would have a hard, let's say, chest day where I've done all the bench pressing variations you can imagine. And then the next day, I am so sore in my chest that I can tell that associated workouts, things that hit that chest in a tertiary way, like some arm workouts, would actually be painful to do. So I would have to skip the next day. That hasn't happened at all since going carnivore. And that is a wonderful thing. The sixth benefit, I get more efficient sleep. I covered this benefit in the video I did on Wednesday. If you didn't see that one, but the short version is this. I've had a lifetime of sleep issues where I would get, 5, 6, maybe 7 hours of sleep if I was having a particularly long sleep night. But now I get about pretty solid 6 hours of sleep pretty consistently, unless there's an external reason why I'm not sleeping enough. But I am extremely well rested when I wake up. And not only that, even if I have a sleepless night because of, my young children, or like on the 4th of July, the fireworks going off when I was trying to sleep, all these things, I recover much quicker from even not getting enough sleep. I still perform more optimally than I did beforehand. It's amazing. Number 8, I have more money. Yes, I saved money on the carnivore diet. There's this myth that the carnivore diet is extremely expensive. I have a video on how that's a myth. My wife and I rarely go out to eat anymore, since there's frankly very little we can go to that fits our two different diets, except a Brazilian steakhouse, which is more expensive than I want to go to on anything other than a special occasion. And like we did the other day, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings because our AC was out in our house and we needed it to get fixed. And it was also happened to be the hottest day of the year so far. So we went out to lunch, ran some errands, things like that. Beyond those two places, offhand, I can't think of any carnivore-friendly restaurants that aren't hoping that I can get a hamburger patty by itself from a fast food place. So we don't eat out anymore, except on special occasions. So in that way, we've saved a lot of money by itself, because the average American goes out to eat like once a week to a casual dining place, and fast food several times a week. Start doing the math, folks. You're going to save money just from that alone. Not to mention, if you're doing carnivore reasonably strict at all, you're not buying a bunch of the extra junk that people tend to buy. So you'll save money. And that's how I save money, not buying that stuff. And 9, we'll call this one the final one. I don't get heartburn anymore. I haven't had heartburn at all since going carnivore. And I only get indigestion if I eat too much fat, or if I, say, well, it's, like I did on Father's Day, put some black pepper on this brisket, and oh, look, I haven't had black pepper in a long time. My stomach didn't like that. Beyond that, I don't get indigestion anymore. And honestly, when I get to the point where I've met all my weight loss goals, I will be able to add those, spices back in, and my body will adjust just fine. I already know it once I go through a sort of a reintroduction protocol. But I don't get indigestion anymore because I'm not eating things that human beings shouldn't be eating in large amounts anymore. And again, that's a wonderful thing. And what comes with indigestion often? Extra trips to the bathroom, gas, all those things. I don't get any of that stuff anymore either. It's pretty wonderful. So let me know in the comments what benefits you've gotten out of the carnivore diet that I didn't cover here. Any unusual ones, especially if you have any of those kind of weird metabolic issues like Hashimoto's or anything else. If you have those kind of things, PCOS, whatever, because notice I only hit things that are either universal or going to apply only to men. So let me know in the comments if there are other things other benefits you've seen, and maybe I'll do a follow-up for this. Like and subscribe if you haven't, it really does help. And as always, go out and optimize your day today.